Hello, welcome back. It's streaming time again. Yeah, so today we're gonna continue on the audio app. It's gonna be fun. I haven't really thought through exactly what we're gonna do today, but I'm thinking that first of all, we need to make this audio fetching a little bit more efficient. Maybe we'll just, organize things a little bit better. Maybe start thinking about a um high score system, maybe. I don't know. It's uh it's really an open field for really whatever, but I think that we should start with the better audio fetching right now, because let us see here. I'm just gonna connect the dead mount here. We're gonna need to do something about that because it automatically plays sounds even though the app isn't started, because it mounts in the small preview window. So we got to figure out that as well. Um, but let's just look at the app. What state it is in right now. Looks good. Looks promising. Let's start the game, and we'll see here. Yeah, here we go. We have all of the. There we go. Cool. The sound is playing. It's looping. That's good. What do we think? What sound is this? It's probably Is it percog? It is percog. Nice. All right, and we'll see. Um, maybe we need to create a loading state, because right now it's pretty you don't get that much feedback as a user, and so you might wonder, what's going on and what's happening and all of that stuff. So yeah, let's do that. And also we should let me just disconnect this one for now. We should make this score thing work as well, because right now it doesn't, and that feels a bit bad, essentially. Yeah, so let's do something like that. First of all, let's do the fetching thing. So what we'll do here first, I think, is that let's open this one up. And so what we're doing here, first of all, we can remove that because that's unnecessary. So what we're doing here, essentially at the moment, is that we send a signal to the fetch sound so that it should fetch. Let me zoom in a bit. So we don't have that connected right now, but when it is connected, it sends a signal to fetch this, and once this is fetched, it sends a signal to the next one, and when that is done, it sends a signal to the next one, and when that is done, it sends a signal to the next one. And that is essentially very slow, because we have to wait for each sound to load before it gets there, before it can start loading the next one. So I don't know. Let us make it better. So what we want to do in the function node here, essentially, is that we want to check this array if all of this text inputs, if all of them have something in there, and then we should update. So maybe we should just do we should wrap this in an if statement. Oops. And then we should put this in the if statement. And then we have to make check for it. So we say if array dot every, I think we should do, and then item. And if we'll check if something exists, if text exists, I think. So if item dot text. And what this Boolean function essentially will do is that it will take item.text, and if it exists, it will return true. If it doesn't, it will return false. And if every item returns true, then we can get this output, the shuffled output. So we have that. Now we will have to redo a bit of this. So let's remove these ones. Those are necessary now, since we don't want to. No, we're not interested in fetching these after one another, but rather we want to fetch all of them at the same time. And maybe we should do a Boolean node here as well. If we want, because the thought is like it could connect it straight from the page into all of this stuff, but if we want to change that from on mount to something else, I think it's better to keep this in this Boolean here. So when this Boolean changes, and we can flip this Boolean however we want from whatever place we want. So yeah, I think that's gonna be the key here, probably. So let us. So when this, oh yeah, because also when this thing here is finished, we want to flip that as well. So we should, yeah. So when this one is finished, we set. Or maybe we shouldn't do it with a Boolean. Maybe we should do it with a switch. Or with a states node. Does a states node better, maybe? Because then we can really... Now let's do a switch. Switch is more reasonable for this, I think. Switch. So when this is finished, we switch it to on. And also, let's see, and then when this is switched to on, we do that. And then we switch to on, we fetch that sound. This is switched to on, we fetch that sound. And this is switched to on, we fetch that sound. And now it should automatically be, oh yeah, let's see, remove the, sorry, I was looking at what happened here, why we have all of these empty ones. And it is because we're not sending the done anymore. So maybe, or maybe we should send done anyways, but we shouldn't send it. Yeah, let's do that still, because we still need the signal, I think. Out, out, outputs dot done. There we go. So now that output exists. And when it's done, we should run this. But when it's done, we don't have to refresh that because this will automatically refresh when the items refresh. So that's good. There we go. All right. And so we need to flip the switch in a couple of ways here as well. Because when you have... so on correct and on wrong, I think we need to flip this to off so that we can flip it to on again later on. If that makes sense. Yeah. I think that's good. I think that is good. Let's see here. Yeah. Sorry, I was just checking the stream stuff here. Just to make sure that we are live and working. And we are, so that's good. That is good. All right, so we have this here. And, yeah, let's do this too. So when we have has reached on correct. No, wait, has reached. Yeah, let's do. Has reached on correct. We flip it to off. Has reached on wrong. We flip it to off as well. And then we should flip it to loading. And when it is flipped to loading, we switch it to on, because then it is loading things. There we go. All right, now we have a lot of stuff going on here. So we'll have to figure out a good way to do that to make it look a bit nicer. But that's good, because now we have all of this. So that's good. So let's do did mount to loading. And we'll see if that works better. Maybe we should just fix this a bit. So we move this over here. Move that over there. Move this maybe over. Where does it look good? Looks good here. Maybe then we just, we see this line going through there. We see all of that happening. That can be a little closer to this. I think that's nice. All right. So hopefully when we run this, it will work. Let's have a try. Let's see here. Start the game to find out. All the signals are being sent. But this is interesting. So why is this not being flipped to loading? Did we not? Oh, maybe we didn't. Let's see here. Has reached loading. No, wait, that's already connected. So why didn't it? What is the state? Current state loading. All right. Let's try it again. Let's see if it's if I did something wrong here. Let's try it again. Let's reload. Nothing happens here, but we are at the loading state. So maybe. Let's zoom in here a bit. So maybe we do like this instead. Let's see here. Has reached loading. If we skip that, and if we do at loading, maybe change it to on. Yeah, look at that. Yes, it worked. So this must be the breath sound. It was the breath sound. This turns out to be, sorry. So when this game is easy, it's really easy, and when it's hard, it's extremely hard. That's kind of the things that I've figured during the testing of this app. Let's see here. So let us do like this as well. Oh no, wait. It worked. So let's not complicate things. Okie dokie. So yeah, what do we want to do? So we have that now. We should probably fix the buttons as well, because right now the button is like oof. Right now the buttons are purple. They should not be purple. They should be a nice pink. So let's fix that quickly as well, so we can go into our. Let's see. Oh, there we go. Here is that issue again. So let's skip that and reload here. So the reason why it plays even though the oh, that's interesting. Ah, because we're always at loading. So if we yeah. So what happens, the reason why it plays here is that it mounts here in the preview. So really So really, we need to consider that as well. Yeah, we have to fix that as well. There's a lot of fixes, so I think this is gonna be like an episode where we fix a lot of stuff, a lot of stuff. Um, right, but this state is by default is at loading, so we should actually create another state that is idle. We start with the idle state, and yeah. Oh, that's why it didn't fire on has reached loading as well, because it was already on loading, so it didn't fire the reached loading because it didn't reach it, uh, because it was there all along. Like the Sixth Sense, he was dead all along. Yeah, but that's good. So the default state should be idle, I'm guessing, and then on mount we should also check. So because right now what we're doing here is that we have a thing that we have window.play Noodle audio, and that kind of shows us, if we're allowed to play the audio or not. And I'm thinking that maybe we should, maybe that is the way we check for it. So essentially, what we do is that when we press this button, we set the play audio to true. And then when this mounts and the audio, like window dot can play audio, is true, then it turns it to loading, and that way we get around the issue of it mounting in the editor before the preview. It's a bit complicated, maybe, I don't know. You tell me. But I think it's gonna work, and I think that's the important part. But really, what we should do here, maybe, is that we should extract all of these functions into their own components, I guess. Just because, just to make it easier to work with, really, reusing code and all of that. So let's do a new folder, call it audio functions, maybe. I don't know. Working progress title. It's that way always. Naming things is hard always. I wrote a little article about it for the launch of this Noodle version 2.6 about the new code editor, and one of the things that I'm talking about there is how it is hard to name variables, and a little tips and tricks on how you can rename things in the function nodes a little bit quicker. So it's gonna be out soon, I hope, probably. A little listicle, as they say in the promotional world. All right, let's see here. Let's get back on track here. So what do we have? We have a couple of functions here. We do have pause audio, play audio. We have set and play audio. We should probably have one that is just allow audio to be played, or allow playback. Maybe allow playback is better. Because I'm thinking, do we want to split this up? Because the thing we could do is that we could split this up. I mean, it will be really redundant in many ways, because we'll have like function nodes with just one line of code in each. But on the other hand, that's, if that's what we need, and if that's good for the code reusability and such. I've been talking a lot about in these episodes that, this isn't an enterprise application, but if we would want to make it an enterprise application, we should. And I think that this is one of the things that could potentially be a good thing to do for scaling purposes, because even though this function node only includes 2 lines of code right now, it might include a lot more in the future. You know, maybe we switch out the whole window prototyping thing that we're using right now and move it into another audio engine, or even, you know, write our own audio nodes or whatever. And so then instead of having to go through the whole application and find all of the places where we've done, you know, copied these lines of code, we would be able to, you know, just update the logic components instead that we have here. So yeah, I think I'm gonna leave it be for now of splitting this up into different ones. But I will create one which will be enable playback and disable playback. And then we'll have another one which is play audio and pause audio. All right, let's do it. Let us do it. So let's go back here into the components. In here we will create a logic component. We will name it play audio. In here we'll create another one with another logic component, which will be pause audio. We will create another logic component, which is allow playback, or allow audio playback. I think that's better. Allow audio playback. In case we want to do video in the future, who knows? Or, you know, maybe there's some other kind of playback. Maybe we name something playback in the future, like more of a concept. That could be a good thing to have. You know, be as specific as possible. So let's see here. Disable audio playback. There we go. All right. And so let's see here. So if we go back to the guest page, let's take this one first. We have... Oh, actually, you know what we'll do? We'll do it like this. This is the most flexible way of doing these things in the future as well. So in allow audio playback, essentially, this is going to be really stupid, but we will create one function node. And the function node, we will edit, and we will do window.allow audio playback, and we'll set that to true. Cool. There we go. And then on this, we do run. So whenever we send a do signal to this, this function will run and it will set window.allow audio playback to true. Nice. So what we do after that, we do essentially the same thing. Let's just copy this node actually. And we go in here and we do paste it. And in here, we set that to false. Perfect. So far, nothing weird. Just very few lines of code in a whole component. But that's the way we work here. Perfect. So now we have the allow audio playback and we have the disable audio playback. If we go back here to the guest page, here we have the play audio, and we do have here, we only have two function calls here, or, you know, two things that we do. We set this one to true, and then we play the audio. So what we will do in the play audio function is that we will use the play audio node. So allow audio playback. Cool. And allow audio playback do to do. Oh, and also what we should do, let's go back here. In this, we do outputs dot done, because we want to, you know, tell it that it is done. And there we go. Done to success. That's, yeah. We don't need anything else right now for that. Cool. So let's see here. Output's done. Cool. Here we go. And then in the disable audio playback, we do the same thing here. So we do outputs dot done. Done to, nope, not to failure. Done to success. Let's remove the failure one. There we go. Perfect. So now in, let's say in play audio, allow audio playback is true. Or, we do the thing. And when that is done, we create another function node. And here we do the playback thing. So window.audio.play. Then we do, let's send it done here as well. Because you never know if you're going to need it. Perfect. So when this is done, on success, we run that one. And when that is done, we send a success. And look at that. Let's see, how can we, let's make it more pretty. Because I'm all about that. There we go. Ah, nice and straight line. Beautiful. And we do the same thing in the pause audio. Let's see here. Disable audio playback first and foremost. Or wait, let's see. Let's actually see here. If we pause audio, yes, play Noodle audio is false there. Perfect. So we're doing the same thing in all of these places. That's nice. So let's go back to pause audio. When this is due, we do. And then we do a function node. This one we do window.audio.pause, I think it was. Let's see here. Nope, I do not want to exit the editor. Moving too fast for myself sometimes. The pause audio, yes, window.audio.pause. All right, pause audio. So move this here, move that there. This is success. We run. And then in this one, we should also do done. So outputs dot done. Perfect. And done goes to success. Nice. And I do believe that this is what's needed for this to work. So let's hop back into yes. And hopefully, let's see here. So this, let's see how this is. Let's take, let's do like this. Okay, so it plays audio when it has reached due pause. And it does pause audio when it has reached due play. And then it also runs on repeater click. Cool. So let's do pause audio. And essentially, we just do the same thing here. So when this is on click, we do. And has reached due play, we do the do. And then we remove that one. Cool. And then we do the same thing here with play audio. So let's see, this one here. All right, so play audio when this has reached due pause. We do play audio. Cool. All right. And now we have effectively swapped these out. The lose functions, we've swapped them out to functions that we can reuse, which is nice because then we can do a lot of nice things with it as well. So for example, we can now check for allow audio playback and disable audio playback. Yeah, that's nice. Okay, so what we should do here, maybe we should check for the, let's make another function that checks if audio is allowed to be played back as well, because then we can use that out here too. So let's create another component here. Logic component is audio playback allowed. Nice. And here essentially is a function. We do run, and in this function, if window dot, what did we call it? Is audio playback allowed? Was that it? See, my brain, allow audio playback. That's it. Maybe we should rename that too. Ah, never mind. All right, window dot allow audio playback. So if that is allowed, we do outputs dot success. Else outputs dot failure. Cool. And then this one, success goes to success, failure goes to failure. Nice. And now we have a function that that can check if it's allowed as well. So now we can go over here and let's see here. Let's take is audio playback allowed, right? Yes. So here to this page, we check on did mount, we do, and if audio playback is allowed, we do, so if success, we flip this to on. Nice. All right, and now what we have to do as well is to flip this to true when we start. And let's actually go to the app here quickly because we want to set this to fall, to disable, like when we start the app. So let's do it here as well. So we do disable audio playback. We do it when the app mounts. So, and now we've essentially set this as the default. So when the app mounts, we disable it by default. And then on start, when we click the button here for the navigate, we do allow audio playback. When button is clicked, we allow audio playback. And then when audio playback is allowed, we navigate. So success, navigate. Perfect. And we don't have we don't have any failure set up here because technically it can't fail. Like it can set this or it cannot set it, and that's it. So really what we could do as well is we can remove the failure from these ones. Since it can't fail, we shouldn't have those inputs there either. This one can success and this can fail. This can't fail. And this one can also not fail. There we go. Cool. Let us see, let us see. How far have we come? Does it work? That is the question we will ask ourselves now. So let's try it. Now, I suspect we're going to have some issues with this switching on and off in different places. Maybe. We'll see what happens. Let's start the game to find out. Look at that. This works. That's an ugly sound. What is this? Is this tape 19? Wow. Cool. Alright, so it did work. There were no issues with that. That's interesting. That's very interesting. Very, very much so. Let's see here. Do we Oh, hello, Chief Noodle. Fire to you too. That was almost the sound of fire. It was a horrible sound. And that's kind of the charm with this game. Sometimes it sounds good, sometimes it sounds horrible. And most of the time, you don't really know what sound it is you're hearing. Yeah. But that's the beauty of it, I guess. But this works now. And we don't get these issues with the playback that we had before. This is really nice. Alright, so what we should do is, first of all, I'm really, really annoyed with the colors for the button. So maybe we should fix that. The items, what is sound option that is? Can we look at that? We can double click it to get into it. That's nice. So here's the sound option. And we do have the different states here. Perfect. So the default value should be the primary. On success, that's right. We need to get the colors. So the correct color and the wrong color. Let's see. So the correct color is this obnoxiously green one. Let's jump in here and add another one, which we should call success color, maybe? Yeah, let's call it success. That's nice. We change that to our obnoxiously green one. There we go. Nope. That's it. Oh, I see. All right, so let's remove that one, and then we add this one as success. Cool. Created color style success. Nice. We have to go back here though, because we need to create the error style, and that's even more obnoxious. And I mean, we're working with a very brutalist, unpleasant design in many cases. So I think that this is gonna be nice. It's gonna make people annoyed with their wrong answers. That's all we want, I guess. So let's put in the correct color here. There we go. Create that as a new color style, and we call it failure. Oh, but it still got the still got the wrong color though. Let's see, edit that. Nope. I want to edit that. There we go. There we go. Look at that. So we have the button color, the success color, or the default color, the correct color, and the wrong color. And so now if we start up our app again, start the game to find out. We need a loading state here. But yeah. Here it is. Cool. We have to change the font color as well, because that has to change. So we do, let's see here, button color, and we'll also add text color. And so here, oops, let's see, go back here. This one is a color as well. So on the default one, the color should be dark. I think that's the way we have it in the design. Yep, it's the dark one. And here we go for the white. Cool. And so we should do here as well. We should do the text color should go to color. Let's flip this up. Sorry, Andy Gandhi, about the sound. It's yeah, it's horrible. Let's see, I'll try to lower it a bit as well. Right. Where were we? Let's go back to the guess one. All of that is cool. Sound option, we changed the font. All right, let's start this game again. Start the game to find out. Attack sound. Cool. But it doesn't get the correct oh yeah, wait, it does. The correct color should be the black one as well. Let's see. All right, now we're let's see. So this primary one, this should be the secondary color, and then on success, this one should be the dark one. There we go. All right, now it's gonna be correct. Nice. Let us actually fix the sound as well. Maybe we do maybe in the allow audio playback we could set the or wait, on play audio. Let's play audio. Let's change the audio here to, let's see, how do we set the volume for this? Let us inspect. Let's see here. Web audio API. Nice. Or is it? Is it just to set? I think it's just to do volume and then set it to a value between 0 and 1. Oh, come on. Where do we have it? Web audio API. No, that's not what we wanted. Let's see here. JS audio API. There we go. This is the one we're using. Audio play. Let's see here. Where do we have it? Where do we have it? Oh, come on. Audio. Let's see here. Vents. Nope. Oh, come on. If we go to that one. Pause. Nope. HTML media element. Can we look for the HTML media element? There we go. Properties. All right. Come on. Nope. Why is this so hard? All right, let's there it is. Volume. Cool. Yes. So volume, yes. Value between 0 and 1. Cool. So here we do window.audio.volume, and that should be 0.5. And we just do it now for the sake of being nice to your ears. Let's see here. All right, did that work? That's a good question. Is it more quiet now?
Introduction sensor. Introduction sensor. Introduction sensor.
Maybe. uh, let's see if we let's try it like this. Oh yeah, because we don't use the play. See, this is the interesting thing here, because we do have the function. Let's see if we go to the guess here. This automatically sets and plays the audio. And here is the interesting part, because here we don't set the volume. We just do it in the play audio now. So maybe we should do it here instead. Let's do it here instead for now, and then we'll find a way to do it globally, because we do have the this volume up and down controls that we will gonna be, we want to hook them up later. So let's just do this quickly here. Window.audio volume equals 0.5. There we go. And then if we, nope, not like that. We do it like this. All right, let's see here. Yeah, much more quiet now. Cool, perfect. All right, okie dokie. Perfect. So now we have this thing going for us as well. Let's do a loading state, maybe. I think that's that should be nice to have, I think. So, should we do it with a Lottie animation, maybe? Could that be fun? That could definitely be fun. Let's do it. Let's go to T-files. What is it? Is it .com? Maybe? Probably, hopefully. Yes, nice. All right, let's see here. Free animations. Let's see. Maybe we should search for loader. Maybe? Loader, that could be a fun one. Oh, that's pretty. This one, I like that one. Maybe let's open it in a new tab. Maybe that's gonna be nice to have. I'm looking for something that fits our brutalist aesthetic. Come on. Let's see here. Continue with Google. Give me a second, and I will log in to it. Let's see here. Let's see. It's always scary to use a password manager on a live stream. But yeah, all right. It seems like we are working. Cool. Let me just see that. Yes, everything is nice and everything is fine. Perfect. All right, let's open this one up again. Then we'll search for loader. Perfect. Yes, I do know all about cookies. Work with cookies daily. Okay, what else do we have? What is fun? What looks cool? That's a cute hamburger. It's so amazing how people can really like create all these nice animations and that you can just use them for free. It's insane. Thank you, people, for for sharing your work all for free. Let's see, or should we just do this one? The only thing I don't like the choppiness of it. Like it has this really visible choppy thing. That one is pretty cool though. Maybe that is... Oh, maybe we'll do that one. Also, let's do fetch. Let's see if someone has done anything with fetch. Very technical stuff though. Maybe technical stuff is not really what we're after. Fetching. Yeah, fetching is has a lot more results. Now, let's go for this one. This is really cool. I like this. Let's see. Let's edit the layer colors for it as well because you know I want it to look like the app that we're building. So let's see, what colors could be cool for this? We have two colors. So one of them should be the pink one, I think. Definitely. And maybe one should be the green one. Should we try that? Let's try it. Let's see here. This one should be that one. Update. Maybe we should do it black and pink. That could be a thing too. But let's try this first. Oh, but that's pretty neat though. It's very harsh. Let's try that one. Let's save that. Let us show in Finder. Let's see here. Let's rename that one. JSON maybe. Sounds like a good thing. And let's upload it here. Let's see, is it in our files now? I think it is. Let's double check just in case. Yeah, look at that. Loading.json in our projects folder. Perfect. All right, so now we should download the Lottie module, I guess, because we want to play Lottie animations. Let's search for it. Lottie. Cool. Successfully imported. All right. Let's see what we can do with it. Let us see what we can do. Lottie. This one, what was it called? It was called loader, was it? Let's look at, let's check at Finder again. No, we called it loading.json. Loading.json, and it should loop. There we go. All right, and then if we put it here, and then we should do, so here we should check. So if it is at state, if it has reached guess, we should, oh, can we not? Oh, I see. So I wanted to mount and unmount this, but we can't do that, but we can do it with a group. So let's wrap it in a group then. Group. There we go, and hopefully let us first see that nothing breaks. So we pull that one out for now and start the game. That works. It looks good. It looks pretty. It looks the way it should. Perfect. And now we pull in this one. And so what we will do is that let me ABC. No, wait, this group. This group should be, let's see, if it is at guess, it should be mounted. Where do we have that? Wow, we have a lot there. Oh, of course. First one. Perfect. And then this one should be, if it is at loading, this should be mounted. And by default, we should always unmount these, just in case. I don't think that's going to be a problem, because we are already overwriting them with the state. But I think, yeah. Andy Gandhi, nice to have the modules in the node picker. Yes, right? It's so nice. Like, you have all of the modules that, like, everything that you're going to use that has to do with modules, you just, have them here. And it's really, really, because, like, if you don't find what you're looking for in this place, you just go here, and then you'll find it. So, it's really nice. I like it. Makes it easy to work with. All right, let's see here. Actually, you know what we're going to do? We're going to make that into 0.2, maybe, or 0.1, just to spare your ears even more, in case we get a harsh sound. Let's launch the viewer, start the game to find out. Okay, yeah. Perfect. All right. This is interesting. It's very interesting. Why are we not showing the Lottie one at loading? Let's do like this. Let's always have it mounted. And then let's always have this one unmounted, just in case. Let us try this again. Okay, so now it shows. So what could that be? What could that be? What could that be? That is the question. Maybe, Let's see, so at loading, mounted. Let's try this again. See if it's not me who's... Or maybe, actually, we should, though, we should wrap the Lottie one as well, just to center it a bit better. So let's create another group here. Let's put the Lottie in the group. And then this one should be, yeah, width 100, height 100, as big as it can. And then we align and justify content to the center. And then we send. This one should be unmounted by default. This one should be mounted. Yeah, it is mounted now. Good. Let's see here. So at loading, mounted. Let's see here. And now it's not showing up. How come, how come, how come? Is it because it's at loading by default? Oh, because the first time it's... Oh yeah, that's true. First time, it is not at loading. It's at idle from the beginning. So if this mounts, we should... let's see, we should actually not trigger that one here. We should do all of this switching from this states node. This has to be our hub of when to load and when not to load things. So let's do it like this instead. So on success, we go to loading. And now this should probably work. Let's give it a try. Yes, look at that. Perfect. And so what we'll do then is that, Oh yeah, and this, we have to switch this one on. So when this has reached loading, we flip that to on. Perfect. Look at this mess. Oh yeah, 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 yeah. Oh well. Oh well, oh well, oh well. And then on guess, has reached guess. This should be, or no, wait, sorry. When it's at guess, it should be mounted. There we go. Let's see here. So now it's loading. That's nice. It has loaded. We get the sounds. That's perfect. But then it... Alright. But this is nice. This works now, so we know that. But what happens here is that it takes a little bit of time for it to... so has reached on correct. Has reached there. So it jumps over to... Let's see here. Maybe we should show this on correct and on error as well. Or we should... Yeah, that's a good question. So what I'm trying to do here right now is to figure out when we should show this, the repeater with all of the options, and when we should not show it. Because as soon as I click, we get to another state, and then it's not at guess anymore, and so it stops being mounted. So maybe... yeah, maybe we just do, you know, is at... let's see, at on correct, it should be mounted, and on wrong, it should be mounted. Let's just keep it mounted all the time. And let's see if that helps in any way. Let's move these ones as well to make it a little bit more. But yeah, we really have this like huge spider in the net here. Maybe we should expand all of this later on. All right, let's see here. So it loads. That's nice. Now we don't get the... why do we get those now? That's weird. Oh, because that on correct and on wrong are not there either. Ay, ay, ay. Okay, so we should do it like this then. Then we should, let's keep this in a switch as well. Then. Yeah, let's do that. It's gonna be good. So we remove this one, that one, and we remove that one. And then we do it like this. So we create another switch. And then on... let's see here. So when it has reached guess, it should show. Let's also rename this, you know? Should show options. Or no, wait. Are options visible? Are options visible? Cool. Alright. So, when it's reached guess, that should be it. And when it's loading, has reached loading, we should flip it off. Ha! Not literally, though. Andy Gandhi says, maybe have them go through an OR node. Yes, that is also a possibility. I just don't really want to... like, my thought is, I don't want to... technically, like, sending this, making it show up when you have reached correct or when you've reached wrong, it's technically not what I want to do, because for me, the interesting thing is, you know, is it on, or like, are you guessing something? Like, have you started guessing something, or are you loading? So I think that this is going to be a little bit of a cleaner way of doing it, because then we also only have to think about two states here. Maybe in the future, as always, we will have something more, a bit more complex, and maybe we'll do it then. But for now, I think it's better to explicitly like switch it to on or off based on if it's a guess or if it's loading. There we go. Let's see here. So if this one is on, oh, of course, current state. Oh yeah, and it shouldn't go to the repeater. It should go to the group. Current state should be mounted. There we go. Okie dokie. Let's see. Let's try it again. We are loading, and now we're nice. We get that. And now, that's interesting. Oh, of course, the reason to why it does these weird things. Right, so we changed the way we're fetching all the sounds, and what we're doing here is that we're just checking, if this has, if all of these sounds exist in this array, let's go. And so the second time we get the sound, these things already exist in here, and we don't really want them to exist there, so we have to clear this array as well. So maybe we should have fetch sound, and the fetch sound, maybe we should do a maybe we should either clear it, like have an explicit let's clear this sound signal, or we can infetch sound whenever it runs the first time. We just reset the sound to nothing, and I think that's probably the thing I want to go for. So let's see here. How does this work? Randomize ID. So on do, it does this. So what we should do here, probably, should we, yeah, that's a good question. That's a good question on how we should do it, because we want to reset this, and we don't want to store this data. But then on success here, we don't want it to run either, technically. But we also want it to change. So it's almost as if we want to, maybe we want to reset it. Or do we? Maybe we do it, Or maybe we check if we've had a success. So by default we set something to false, and then yeah, let's try that. So by default what we're doing is onDo will have another function that will run, and it will check if we do have a response here. But then we'll have it, or maybe we just send a separate signal for it to clear. Maybe that is the best way to do it. And so whenever it started loading, we clear it again. Let's try that. So we create a new port. We call it clear. And this will be our little work in progress here, I guess. Oh. This is also a bad way of doing it, I think. This is a very good question. Let us see. Because the thing is here is that this response, if we've already gotten the response, it already exists here. So what we want to do is if we clear it, we want this rest response to be empty. So maybe we should fetch something that isn't there. Will that work? Or should we focus our efforts into clearing it in another place? Nah, you know what? Let us let's see, how does this look? So if source, and the source is inputs.response. Yeah. And so do we have a like rest? What can we do? Can we let's see here. Clear. Can we fetch? Can we cancel? We shouldn't cancel it though. Yeah, it's a good question. That's a good question. That's a good question. Yeah. I'll just need to grab some more water. I'll be right back. And I will give it a think in the meantime. Yeah, be right back. Perfect. All right. So, I'm thinking that a thing we could do is that when we do this, first and foremost, we run a function. We run a function that will essentially clear this thing. And the way we will clear it is probably by setting. So we'll have a states node in here, maybe. Or should we? Let's see here, because what we want to do here, so my thought here is it returns a sound URL and it returns a name. And what I want to do is that while this is fetching, we should bypass that. So we should send these values into another function, maybe. And then when we get them back, because I'm looking here, so if there is a source, you do this. And then you send changed. Else outputs refetch. Yeah. But here we want to, like, is there any way we can, because another idea is to, fetch something that doesn't exist. But no, let's do it like this. Let's see here. Logic and utilities. Do we have something nice that we can use here? So, and or switch, string manipulation. That's not what we need. Or is it? No, maybe this is a condition. Maybe we need a condition. Let's do a condition. Let's do a condition. And when this condition is successful, we yeah. So let's see here. Or maybe not even. Maybe this is a. Or no, let's see here. So, or maybe this is a case for switch as well. Sorry, this is there are a lot of things going on in my head at the moment. Let's see, but what we can do here, switch. We can look at the switch. So when this is when it starts, so when we do, we flip it to off. Because then I'm thinking that let's see here. Flip it to off. And then when this is successful, we flip this to on. So by default, it's off. And then we do condition. And so the condition should be, when this is switched to on, or should it be? Or maybe we just do it like this. Let's see here. Success on. Maybe we'll do it as an enter. Yeah, a lot of waiting in this stream today. Slow brain. All right, no, but okay. So we have the switch here. And what we will do with the switch is that we have the state, if it's initially on. So let's see here. Is refetching. Let's call it that for now. Maybe let's see here. Failure. No, we don't have the. Yeah. Okay. So we know that it is fetching. Let's rename this as well. So is fetching. All right. So when it is fetching, let's do it like this as well. So do fetching is on here. Success. Fetching is off. And we should not call this as fetching. All right. So naming again, one of the hardest things. So should output value. There we go. So should output value. And then we have to reconnect this again. Ay. All right. So do. It shouldn't output value in the beginning, but when it's successful, it should output the value. Perfect. So now we just have to, let's see here. So we'll have to, maybe we remove this one as well. So we do it like this. All right. All right, here we go. Here we go again. So by default, let's see here, and this should be run when we start it. Do run. And when this has switched to on, we should run this one as well. Okay, there we go. So it's a little bit more complicated now, but I think this will make sense. So what happens here, essentially, let's make it a little bit more visible here. All right, so when we start this, when this kind of gets initialized, we run the format data function. And to the format data function, we should send a thing or a value, an input, if you will, called, let's see, should be, so if inputs dot output null, we'll do that for now. We do outputs dot outputs dot let's see here, outputs dot mp3. Yeah, sorry. Outputs dot mp3 should be null. And outputs dot name, oops, name should be null. Okay, cool. So if And then let's see here. And so this one should output value, should be current state, should be output null. Cool. So if this, oh yeah, of course. And now we're doing it wrong. So inputs dot output value do output allow output value, and then we do so if not allow output value. Ay. All right, and we remove that one. There we go. So all right, current state to allow output value. So what happens here when we start this component, or when we send the do signal to this component? First of all, it switches this one to off, and then it or actually, sorry. All right, let's do it even better. Let's do it like this. Whenever, oops, let's see, that's not the one I wanted to remove. I want to remove the switch to on. No. Oh no. Oh, come on. There we go. So whenever this, okay. So, okay. Never mind. So when it switched to on, this function should run, and when it switched to off, this function should run as well. Cool. All right. So check this. When this component starts, it sends, or when it gets a do signal, it does two things. First, it switches this to off, and it also randomizes a new ID. So the first thing it does here is that it switches this to off, it runs the function, and it sends the current state of should output value to the allowed output value. And if this one is off, then it just outputs null. So it outputs nothing. And then when we, then it like hops on over here and does its little thing. And then on a success, it switches this to on, which once again runs the format data function to format the data. And then it hops on to over here. So I think this should work. I think this should work. Also, if we refetch, we should flip this to off, just in case, because we don't want it to accidentally start fetching a lot of stuff that we don't need. Or sorry, we don't want it to accidentally outputting data that isn't there. All right, moment of truth. This took a while. I hope you haven't been too bored with me. Let's try it. And also, actually, let's jump into the guess frame here as well. All right, start the game to find out. We get the little loader. Nice. We get a weird sound. This must be a kazoo. We get this for a while. But we did not get the loader. Oh.
Why did the guy clock out his window? I don't know. Want to see time fly. Why did the guy throw the...
Okay, no, it didn't work at all. Ha ha. Ay. All right, let's go back here then. Let's see. Why doesn't it want to work? Let's try it again, and let's see what happens with the data when we start it here. So do that, and we get the name here. And then let's see here. Let's pin this one. So we have super duper layered, and we do the wrong answer. We get this thing going, and then yeah, no. All right. Let's try another way then. How about we clear all of this? Should we do that? Is that a thing we should do? Let's see. Let's go back. Back in time. Wonder how far the history goes. Can we do this? Will this work? Seems to be working pretty far back. Oops. Now I'm editing something else here. There we go. Okay. So now, let's see here. Let's play this. Let's try it out again. It's the wrong one. That's the correct one. Okay. So it works the way it did before now. So that's good. That's good. That's good. All right. So how do we do it then? How do we want to do it then? So let's see here. Let's give it a think here. Let's work the old brain on a Friday lunch. So what we want to do, our goal here, is to clear all of these things. So we want to, what we want to do here is that whenever this is switched to on, or whenever this is switched to off, rather, we want to clear these sounds. And so maybe the best way of doing that how do we do it in the best way? I mean, because we kind of want to do it here, I think. I think that's the most pleasant way of doing it. Because then we don't have to do a lot of different things here. So essentially what we're having an issue with here is that the data is being persisted when we don't want it to be persisted. I mean, maybe a really, really stupid idea. Maybe a really, really stupid idea is just to... But I mean, we did the switch thing already. And that kind of worked, or that kind of didn't work at all. Do we use the fetched signals anymore? If we go back to here, do we use... So fetched is only used for this one. And it's when we check for the... when we're setting a new correct answer. So I'm thinking. Do we want to do it... Do we want to put something intermediary in here between these? And so when it's... Oh, maybe that's the thing. So when it's... what we do is that we have a second switch, which is where we check if this name is allowed to be output. But that we could... So what I'm thinking is when this one goes like... Okay, so let's do it like this then. If we go in here, we do have a clear, so let's try a switch again here. Switch. And so what we want to do here is that when we're sending clear, or could we be... So what we want to do, well, we don't want this response to be sent, right? Or actually, it's these things we don't want to do. So we want to put some kind of filter in between here that we... I mean, now we're back at the at the old solution that we tried before. So that's interesting. That's interesting. But maybe I did something wrong there. Let's try it again here. Let's look at the condition node. So on true we do that. On false we do another thing. Yeah, so that's not what we're after. Essentially, we want a way of routing this data. So maybe we'll do it like this then. The switch. Let's go for another function node. Then we do and the reason why I do it, so what I want to do here is that I want to create essentially a intermediary filter here that stops things and outputs different things based on the switch here. And so the thing is that the reason why I don't want to have it here is that I want to run this function at different times from this one. So whenever this is being run, or whenever this is being run, because I think that I'm going to run this one more often than I will run this one. So, all right, let's try this one then. So, if inputs dot allow values, or allow I don't know, allow sending data, or no, let's see, inputs dot is returning null. Let's do like that. We do outputs dot mp3 should be null, or actually we should, let's not even do it like that. Let's do it like this. Let's be super cody about it. So inputs dot output null. If it's that, then we output null. Else we output inputs dot mp3. Then outputs dot name equals inputs dot output null else inputs dot name. All right, so this is a very, very hacky way of or not a hacky way, it's a very cody way of doing it, but essentially what we're doing here is that this is kind of it's called a ternary statement. And what we're doing here is it's an if and else statement, but in a very compact form. So it checks like if inputs.output null, then we output null, else we do inputs.mp3. So we're setting this variable to these different values depending on what this value is right here. Then we do outputs dot changed as well. Okay, good. So then what we want to do here is that we want to filter these through this one. So the MP3 should go to MP3. Oh, oops. And then the MP3 should go to the sound URL. That's a weird way of naming it. Why didn't I name them the same thing? Nobody knows. It's a question for a future me. All right. And so here what we do is that we're taking the name and inputting it to the name, and then we output name to name. Very reasonable, I think. Not at all strange. And now, here comes the little. Oh wait, sorry. When this changes, we run this function, and then here, when this changes, we do fetched. There we go. All right. Cool. Cool. So now we filter all of this through this switch. And so in here, what did we name it? We named it output null. So first of all, when this starts, let's see here, we rename this output null. Cool. So when this starts, when this is due, we flip this to on because we do want to output null. Then when we get the success from this one, we switch it to off because then we don't want to output null anymore. And so what we're doing here, and what we should do probably as well, is that this thing over here, format data, it should run, when this is switched to off, we should run this, because then we don't want to output null anymore. And then this one should be, current state should be output null. So, I have a feeling that this is gonna blow up the exact same way it did last time, but who knows? We should also do switch to off. We should also do switch to on here, I think. There. So when this is off, we run this. When this is on, we run this. And then change it. Okay. Let's hope it works. Let's hope it works. Let's hope it works. It works. Yes. It works. It works. Look. Does that thing. And then when we get the new, like when it's fetched the new names, it doesn't like throw them around and shuffle a lot of things around beforehand. Oh, that's nice. Yeah. Okay, so we managed to do this. It took some time. It took some thinking. I think this is the longest time we've actually worked on a solution in this stream so far. I think we've been or I've been pretty spared from hard things. It's been pretty easy so far, but this one's a little bit tricky. This one was a little bit tricky, definitely. Slow River 78 says, "Cool, yeah." I'm guessing you talked about the saxophone lick over there, and yes, it was pretty cool. It was pretty cool. We had on the first stream we had a really nice ending to it where we had this blues guitar outro. It was that was really cool as well. So sometimes we're really lucky with the sounds here. Yeah. Let me just put this over there. All right, nice. What do we do now? So we have all of this. Let's go back to the guest page, because now, for some reason, the loading thing doesn't show. So we should probably look at that as well. And we have, at the moment, we don't really have anything that sends it to loading, though, apart from this thing here. So I think what happens here, let's see. So, oh, this is a rat's nest. Haha, yeah, good luck with that. Okay, so, but what happens here is, so we should really name this. What is this? This is the, this delay is, wait before, wait before, next refetch. So what this is that it's waiting. So when we've done a guess, we have a delay that lets us see the result for a bit before it starts to output the other stuff. So technically what we should do here is that when this is finished, it turns this switch on here, and it shouldn't be, because we've talked, or we've planned here that we should only manipulate this one based on values from this one. So when this is finished, let's see, when this is finished, we should remove that one, because when this is finished, we should not go to guess. When this is finished, because it's, let's see, has reached on wrong, has reached on correct. Yes, so when this is finished, it shouldn't go to the guess one. It should go to the loading one. So when this is finished, we go to loading. And when we are at loading, has reached loading, we flip this. Oh, wait, we're already flipping that to on. Oh, so perfect. Cool. All right, nice. Nice. So, I think, hopefully, this has solved all of our problems. See, we have the loader. We get that. It waits for 3 seconds. It shows the loader. It gives us a new sound. And then we get this again. That was easy. Nice. So, a really good learning from this is that, whenever you have things going on with, like, states and stuff that has to, things that has to show on different states, maybe the best thing is to keep all of this in a states node and flip all those states back and forth and do things based on, like, trigger different switches and things based on the state of the states node. I think that makes a lot of sense, just in order to be able to, like, easier follow the flow of the application. I mean, of course, you do get into places like this. This is, oi oi oi, this is nasty. But I think it's more reasonable to do it this way, anyways. Maybe maybe we can do things like that to make it a bit more clean. Actually, let's see here. What can we do here? Is there a let's see. So we can move this one over here. Maybe this should be its own component. Maybe we should move things out. Maybe that's a good thing. But if we put this here, then we have this one. Yeah, look, straight away, a lot cleaner. A lot cleaner. That's nice. And maybe we should add a comment here as well. Comment node. Let's see here. So have that one here. Oh, look at that. Let's see here. just to make it a little bit more visually pleasing. And then fetch sounds. Make it big so that we can see it properly. Then we have the states here. What is this? Yeah. All right, cool. So now when this is a little bit more clean, we should place this like that. That's pretty. All right. So we don't have that much time left on the stream. If you don't really want me to continue, I could do that. Please write me in the chat if you want me, because I've planned to only stream until well, technically for 15 more minutes. But if you want to see something else, if you want me to continue, we could do that. But in general, I think we're in a pretty good place here. Maybe we should save the correct the amount of correct correct guesses, because right now we just have one, or just a static thing here. So maybe maybe that's nice. So what we can do here essentially is that if we have a correct answer, we check it here. See, so guessed answer, yeah, and here's the result, and here is, here we check if it is true or false. So maybe we should move this here and add some comments around this so that we know that this is the thing that is checking for the result. Let's do that. Check if result is correct. We do it here. And now we know. So here we actually like get the signal if, is this true or is this false? Is this a correct guess or is it a false guess? So technically what we could do here from this one is that we should set up a new variable, and the variable should be player score. And I like to set up all my variables in the app component. So let's do that as well. We have the constants here. Let's set up variable. Let's have a new comment. Oops. Let's see. No. Oh my god. There we go. Comment. That was actually a bug. Gonna fix that. I'll put it up on the list. That's interesting. All right, let's see here. So we do have here, this should be player score. The player score should by default be number, and it should by default be let's do a set variable. Set variable player score should be a number. Value should be 0. Because by default you have no points. There we go. Now let's put them beside each other here. And also let's do variables. So let's make it a small text. Right, so on did mount, we set the variable. Just so that we have it. So that happens when the game starts. Perfect. And then on guess, let's see here. So on true and on false. On true, we should set variable, and we should name player score be a number, and we should do let's see, do we have any nice ones for this one? No. Let's just do an expression then. Expression should do variable, or maybe we can just set the variable without having to call it like that. Let's see, player score. Or no, let's do it. Let's do it properly like this. So on true. Let's see here. So the expression should be +1. Look at that. Player score should be value, player score. And when we, let's see here. Result to value, and then we do. I mean, a nasty thing we could do in the future is to decrease the score for every wrong value you have. It could be that could be fun, maybe. Let's see here. So on true. Let's see, and what is this? So is correct answer. No. So is correct answer on true. We do. Now, if we go to the header, UI text, what does it here? Yeah, your score is 7 points. So we could do a, how do we do that? Do we do it with a string mapper last time? Let us see. Let's see. The fetch sound. No, string format. Of course, string format. That was the one I meant. Not string mapper. All right. So, yeah. So we go back to the place we were, and here we do string format. The string format should be. Let's see here. What does it say here? Your score. Let's do this. Your score. Is that the way we do it? Yes. Perfect. Variable. This variable is player score. So value to score. Then formatted to text. Let's see here. Cool. Okay. And let us see. 0 points. This is definitely a G sharp power chord. Hey. But it did not increase. That's interesting. Why did it not increase? Let us go back to the guest page. Let's see here. Why did it not increase? Set variable, player score, +1. Let's see here. let us start this. Then we go back here. And then can we get the value? No, because it doesn't have any value there yet. All right, let's see here. Start the game to find out. So we have this one. Spin that. That one. Spin that. Let's lower the volume of the sound here as well. Okay, that was the wrong one. Cool. So that was the wrong one as well. We have to hit a correct answer. That's one of... What is this? Yes, it's that one. But oh, that's interesting. Why did it evaluate to false? That's not what we want. We have a bug in our condition. Let's see here. There we have that one. There we have that one. So if I click that one. Oh, that's interesting. It's polluted. Yeah, this is interesting. This is maybe this is the thing we're gonna be doing next time to see why this messes up. And I have a slight suspicion that it's just because we evaluate at the wrong time. So maybe we should redo this expression into a function, and then when we've evaluated this, when this is when we've gotten all of this, we send it to the condition here, because the result is always false, even if, here is the radio sound, and that is true, but for some reason it evaluates to false. So I think that we're just evaluating it at the wrong time. Or maybe we should just do it. Maybe we should, let me just lower the volume a bit here. Maybe we should do it like this, so when this is, oh no, wait, that doesn't work. So maybe we do, yeah, so maybe we'll do it with a function node, just to get the timing right. But, I'm thinking that that might be a problem for the next stream, because we're out of time. It's been really nice having you here. Thank you for following along. Yeah, today was a pretty slow day. We worked on one big problem that just took a lot of time to get through with the old brain. But it's all good. That happens sometimes as well. So next time we're going to be fixing this bug, I'm guessing, so that we can actually have the so we can actually get the correct and wrong answers, because right now obviously we were getting all of them wrong and we don't increase the score. So yeah, we'll see when that happens. Stay tuned in our Discord channel if nothing else. Yeah, you'll find it somewhere here, maybe somewhere there, probably. Yeah, thanks for today, and yeah, have a great Friday and a great weekend, and I'll see you in the next one.